Expect more. This is Channel 6 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Imani Payne. Doug and Leslie have the night off. A Coppers Cove man indicted on a murder charge for killing his girlfriend back in 2016 was arrested again this week, this time for sexual assault of a child. Matthew Stoddard was booked into the Coryell County Jail late Tuesday night. No specific details about the sexual assault charge he faces were immediately available. Because Stoddard bonded out on his murder charge in 2016, he was not taken back into custody after his 2017 indictment for the same case. Tonight, Harker Heights police are still fighting brutality claims. The department released body cam footage they say proves they never dragged a woman out of her car and beat her on New Year's Day. Channel 6 News reporter Andrew Moore walks us through the footage. Andrew.
Monty, Harker Heights Police Chief Mike Gentry provided extensive evidence Tuesday that the beating never happened, but couldn't include the body cam footage because they say it malfunctioned. DeRay's lawyer dropped the case afterwards, but called the equipment failure implausible. Today, police said they were able to actually recover that video, and we can now give you a full picture of what happened that night.
What's going on?
Officer Woods first finds Leah DeRay sitting in the passenger side back seat. She's alert. Another officer informs Woods she was found passed out.
You need to step out of the vehicle, please.
DeRay says she's cold and asks why she has to leave.
Because you're under the influence of alcohol and you're in a vehicle that's running with the keys up in it.
Sir.
It was here, DeRay claimed, she was thrown to the ground. Video shows the officer on the other side pull her out.
William, only reason why I'm asking you because I'm cool. That's the
Police Department.
But the video does not show her thrown to the ground. Instead, Woods handcuffs her. But when Woods tried to put DeRay in a police vehicle, police say she reaches for the officer's camera.
Mr.
Stop. Do you understand?
But again, DeRay stays upright. Woods picks up the camera, but DeRay still won't get in the car, claiming she needs to pull her pants up.
Pull your pants up when you get to the jail.
In the vehicle.
Wow.
Now, all the way. Scoot over.
Woods gives her a strong warning and closes the door successfully. And previously released video shows DeRay banging her head on a monitor in the squad car, but police say today's video shows the injuries she complained of were present well before the incident. Amani?
All right, thanks, Andrew. Well, it's time now for a first check of our weather. Meteorologist Bill Heckey joins us with a look at our forecast. Hey, Bill.
Hello there, Imani, and we have had an okay kind of day. A cold start, gusty north winds. Winds died down, sun was with us all day, and the temperatures did get up in the 50s in a few locations, made 60. We are starting to cool now, middle 40s in Killeen, 41 now at Waco, and we've got Temple in 43 degrees, and another shot of Temple, still 43 degrees, didn't change while we switched slides. And as we move through the night now, we are going to be cooling down to the low to middle 30s, middle of the night, but by tomorrow morning we're in the 20s. We'll have more coming your way in just a short while. Imani?
All right, thanks, Bill. Coryell County officials are investigating after human remains were found this morning at a fire in Gatesville. It happened at a home in the 300 block of River Road. Potential family members told officials someone might still be in the house. After firefighters got the blaze under control, they found scorched remains of what appeared to be a human body. Police are not releasing an identity at this hour. Now to an update to last night's fatal auto pedestrian crash in Temple, which shut down the highway. We now know the name of the woman killed. She is 48-year-old Veronica Salinas of Temple. Police say she was hit by a car around 8:45 on the southbound side of I-35 near exit 302. Authorities were unable to find the vehicle they believe hit her. They are asking anyone who witnessed the accident or was involved in the crash to call the Temple Police Department. A Harker Heights woman remains in jail tonight after she turned herself into police for a hit and run back in November, killing Harker Heights resident Mario Tobar. 60-year-old Sherry McClure surrendered to police after a warrant was issued for her arrest yesterday afternoon. Her bond is set at $1 million. Channel 6 News reporter Jillian Angeline spoke with Tobar's fiance earlier today. The family is still devastated from the sudden loss. Jillian.
Imani, Mario's fiance April Martinez said she and her family are still grieving from Tobar's death, especially her 17 and 18-year-old kids. She takes them to the grave often. Martinez said Tobar was walking to the store that day of the accident. She said they walked together everywhere all the time. She says when she got to the hospital after the accident, Tobar had already died from the trauma. Tobar's fiance lives nearby where Tobar was hit, and it's tough to constantly drive by that spot, she tells me. She's frustrated McClure didn't call the police when she hit Tobar, saying he may still be here today if she did.
Because she took him from us for life, I really wish they would just leave her in there and she would die in there. I'm not hateful like that, but I don't think she should be out walking around at all.
Tobar is survived by 11 children ranging in age from 7 to 31 years old. Martinez tells me she is planning to go to every court date set for McClure. Imani, back to you.
All right, thanks, Julian. Now to the latest in the Twin Peaks shooting. The next Twin Peaks trial has been delayed by half a year. A joint motion was filed at the McLennan County Courthouse late Thursday afternoon by the defense and prosecutors, requesting the trial for George Bergman be pushed back 180 days. He was the second biker expected to be tried in connection to the shootout. His new trial date was reset for July 23rd. And the father of a North Texas girl who was found dead back in October now faces life in prison or the death penalty. Wesley Matthews was indicted today on charges of capital murder and tampering with physical evidence in the death of his adopted daughter, Shireen. An autopsy report shows the 3-year-old died of homicidal evidence after she disappeared from her family's Richardson home. Wesley told police he forced Shireen to drink her milk, then removed her body after she choked and died. Meantime, India is suspending the American Adoption Agency the Matthews family went through to adopt Shireen. This comes from what the government says was negligent behavior in the assessment of adoptive parents. Holt International has been serving children and families in India since 1979. They say they will be able to work with families again once the temporary suspension is removed. A date for that, though, is unknown. An Ellis County woman is behind bars tonight in connection with the murder of her husband, and officials say what led to her arrest was her internet browser's history. 55-year-old Sandra Gardner allegedly searched how to kill someone and not get caught. Gardner told police on January 2nd that her husband John had been shot. She was arrested last Wednesday night. Her bond is $2 million. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case to determine whether or not Texas lawmakers weaken votes of people of color in drawing the Texas House District and Congressional District maps. Today, the justices said they will review a lower court ruling that found problems with 2 congressional districts and state House districts in 4 counties, including Bell County. The lower court has ordered the districts redrawn in time for the 2018 elections, but the Supreme Court blocked those orders last year. With the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday coming up, the community and city leaders gathered today for the 24th annual wreath-laying ceremony to honor the late activist. The ceremony was organized by Coquie Gibson, wife of McLennan County Commissioner Lester Gibson. Tomorrow, the Parents Against Crime Coalition will have a Unity Day at MLK Park in Waco. For a list of Martin Luther King events in the community, just go to our website. That's kcentv.com. Well, still ahead on Channel 6 News at 6, how a nonprofit organization in Waco is making a big difference for some Central Texas families and making them stronger. Plus, it may not feel like summer yet, but a new massive indoor water park is now open for business. What makes them so unique? Coming up next.
And your forecast right after the break. A little nicer to you, Imani.
All right, thanks, Bill. Like Bill mentioned, it's going to be a cold weekend, but that's not stopping some Texans from dipping their toes into a new massive water park now open for business. The grand opening was held today for Grand Prairie's Epic Waters Indoor Water Park. It features 11 water slides, including 3 described as first in the industry. In addition to having the longest indoor lazy river in the state, the park also has a surfacing simulator and a 10,000 square foot outdoor wave pool. And we'll be right back after this with sports. Stay with us.
On Morris for Channel 6 Sports.
You know, during the World Series, Imani and I made a bet.
I
took the Astros, she took the Dodgers,
right now.
and we said the winner would actually give us dinner, pay for dinner. It's January. I still haven't had dinner. I'm starving. It's about to be 7 o'clock.
I just want to pick the right meal for Nick.
I said Chick-fil-A, Subway, $3 you can spend on me. I don't care. I'm just starving.
He's very picky. I just want to get it right.
Never again. Never again with this girl.
Anyways, we'll be right back after this. Stick with us.
Get your Channel 6 news and weather on Obey Honda.
Welcome back. A nonprofit organization in Waco is making a big difference for families in Central Texas. Channel 6 News reporter Jasmine Caldwell shows us how they're helping neighborhoods get stronger.
At one point, the owner of this home had 3 different spots where she kept buckets to prevent water from leaking into the house. But thankfully, after receiving a grant from the city, Waco Community Development were able to help.
So one of the things we're trying to do is try to keep these great old homes around, and we're able to keep them by having a new roof over them.
The Waco Community Development is re-roofing houses for families who can't afford to get their homes fixed. There's an application process to apply and a priority for the disabled and elderly, like Eunice Carroll, who is dealing with health issues.
Well, I have a bad back, and for me lifting water, it was straining my back more. So it's wonderful to just don't have to worry about the water.
With service projects like the roof repairs, the Waco Community Development have managed to help about 140 local families.
We want to make sure that the homeowner, their roof is good, and then they don't have to worry about that anymore, and they don't have the buckets in their house.
Reporting in Waco, Jasmine Caldwell, Channel 6 News.
The Waco Community Development says they will have another round of applications soon. We'll be sure to put the link to where you can apply on our website. That's kcentv.com. And we'll be right back after this. Stick with us. And that's all our time for now. Thanks for watching. Wheel of Fortune is next. We'll see you at 10.